Hello everyone, I'm RecV5,
And I am Sandman99.
and welcome back to Madden NFL 2005 Magicians franchise.
Yes, we're in the conference title game.
Nice.
Yeah, but before we go there, had a couple of replays to show that are kind of fun.
Alright.
Yep, as you can see here, I was playing a practice game with the Crusaders Practice League against the Oakland Badmen, the all Madden team. And, this is why, what we're about to see here, this is why the wishbone formation is one of my favorite formations, and it will always be in any playbook that I create, because it is, at least for me, one of the most successful running formations that I have ever designed, and it's also not bad for passing audibles.
Yep.
But anyway, here we go, and especially I like the off-tackle run that I designed in this formation for when the line shifts to one side or the other.
Which they clearly are here.
And of course, like the blocking in Madden 05 is total dog shit compared to Madden 04, but occasionally you have a play that works like this that looks very much like the run blocking in Madden 04 does, where everybody blocks the guy that he's supposed to block.
All right.
So if we get started here, and also it's kind of fun to watch the big guy rumble down the field here.
Oh.
So we're going to hand the ball to Parkman, who's got 49 speed and almost no agility or acceleration at all. He's basically a bruiser that run blocks most of the time.
Yeah, with like an 80-plus run block. He run blocks better than some offensive linemen.
Yeah. But anyway, as you can see, the blocking all sets up nicely, and even though the center and the right guard are getting shoved backwards, it seems like for some reason the defenders are pushing them back at an angle sort of toward the left of the screen. So that means that instead of bumping into that guard, I still rub on them a little bit there, but I still at least have enough room to run around them.
Yep.
And he holds on to his block, to give him credit, he's getting shoved backwards, but he holds on to the block long enough to be, for me to run by. And you'll see number 76 there pancake that linebacker, number 54.
Yep.
So instead of skipping a block and moving up to go after a safety, he actually blocks the linebacker in the second level. And then, of course, you've got Calvin Allen on the right there getting the corner. And you got Golston getting the strong safety, and then you've got Marshall up there ahead getting the free safety and pancaking him. And now Parkman's off to the races, or at least he would be if he had any speed at all. But that corner, even though Calvin Allen was roughing him up a little bit, well, he still recovers enough to chase him down. But this was a 14-yard gain. Okay.
Which is pretty good for a guy who has no speed.
Yeah, which is pretty good for a guy who has no running characteristics at all. Basically the reason he plays fullback is, like I said before, his run blocking talents, right? As a lead blocker, usually.
You can even see how much faster that corner is than him, right?
Oh, yeah, for
even
sure.
Even
stumbling, he manages to catch up to him. And if he didn't catch him, well, there was a couple of other players who were going to catch up to him, too. But this is just about the longest run that you can possibly get from Adam Parkman. I've gotten a couple of runs in this neighborhood from him before, but they're rare and far between.
Well,
and it always makes me laugh to see him just, get out there into the open field and rumble ahead, right?
This guy who gets blocked by an offensive lineman can still accelerate fast enough to get over there to
and
try
you know
to
what
intercept
else?
Parkman.
RecV5X, in this game, I handed the ball to Calvin Allen 27 times, and he managed to get a measly 56 or 55 or 56 yards on the ground.
Wow,
he
that's
was only
terrible.
averaging like 2 yards per carry, right?
That's terrible.
And so Parkman's 14-yard run here was actually the longest run from scrimmage that I got in this game. And believe it or not, in this game, I don't know what the score was at the time when I ran this play. Look at Joe Winters hurdling. Who's he hurdling?
I think he's hurdling.
He's hurdling that falling defender. Look at him jump.
Yeah, that fallen defender, and he's got a pretty good jump on him.
Yeah,
for an
really.
offensive
It's
lineman.
like, wow, maybe we should put him at linebacker or something.
Hey, I'll take him. He's big enough.
Anyway, the score is 16-14 right now because I think this was actually the first possession I got the ball back from after I dropped back to pass and got hit while I was passing, and it was ruled a fumble. So the defense picked it up and ran it back for a touchdown.
Okay.
So, and I actually only allowed one offensive touchdown against these guys. I played pretty well on defense. This was actually a defensive struggle until William Nipper broke it open in the fourth quarter. He picked off a pass and returned it for a touchdown.
Wow.
And that's our strong safety, of course. So of the Cardinal 3 defenders that I was talking about, those 3 important defenders, well, they were big factors in this game. In this game too, like Carswell collected. I think he led the team in tackles, and Nipper actually ended up being the player of the game because he got 5 tackles and he also got an interception return for a touchdown. So
nice. And
it was a close game until that happened, and that pretty much broke the bad men's back. So, but it was a pretty cheesy game. That's why it was as close as it was too. But anyway, it was kind of fun to watch Parkman
rumble down the field
with the biggest run of the game. So we'll pause and we'll come back with our conference title game here.
All right. And we're back.
Yes, and we're up against the Desperados in the conference title game. And one thing I will say is that the Desperados, if there's going to be cheese, this is the game, because I remember the last time that we lost a game, actually, I think it was to the Desperados.
Yeah, wasn't that back in preseason?
And it was when they did an onside kick with like 10 seconds left in the game, recovered the kick, moved the ball close enough to get a field goal, and then kicked a field goal at the end of the game to win by like 2 points or something, right? It was like one of the cheesiest things you've ever seen. So,
well, they're also one of the best teams in this league too, right?
Know,
it's a toss-up between them and the Tigers.
Yeah, it is.
And basically, the Desperados have a better running game, maybe a better offense. The Tigers have a better run defense. So,
yeah. Well, I'm really hoping that this is a cleanly played game without any of the, like timely fumbles or like cheesy holding calls at bad times, or like receivers who normally catch passes dropping them.
Yeah, I can't remember. Was it the Desperados that we dropped 20 passes against?
Yeah, I think it. No, it wasn't.
Was it the Bad Men?
That was a different league altogether.
No, that was in this league. That was
it in this league?
That was with
maybe
the Magicians
that
here.
was the draw. Because I think the score was like 22-20 or something, right?
Yeah.
And I think that even with 20 drop passes, I'd still manage to put up 20 points. Anyway,
well, hopefully the improvements that we've made throughout the season here at catching and various other things will mean that we don't end up with anywhere near that many drop passes this game.
Well, you know what? I haven't had a game that bad since.
You did have one that came close. I think your highest this season was something like 15 drop passes, but it was earlier in the season. So, here's to hoping that that will still stay at bay.
Yeah, well, anyway, I'm very much hoping that this is a clean leap. You know what? Because I don't mind even if we were to lose this game, if it's honestly played without any of that garbage,
Yep.
If they actually run and pass and it's, like cleanly caught, well-run routes and well-blocked run plays, good defensive play instead of that crap where I drop back to pass and suddenly a guy comes through the middle of the line untouched because the guard and the center both decided they weren't going to bother blocking him and stuff like that, right? Like, I hate that kind of stuff.
Or the runs for a loss, which...
the runs... I don't think the runs for a loss is going to stop any. I mean, it's basically... That's why...
Well, that's why the run blocking in this game tends to be garbage, as we were pointing out in the replay earlier.
Yeah.
But, maybe now and then things can go right. And you said that were working on you, because I know you were working on your offense in Madden 04, and you decided to port back another formation into this one?
Yep. Well, we'll get to see it because I'll use it some in this game. But again, it worked well in Madden 04. And occasionally, because I did play a practice game earlier,
Yep.
it worked okay a few times when I wasn't, having offensive linemen drop blocks so that I got tackled for a loss and that kind of thing.
Yep.
But basically, like statistically speaking, whether you're good at running the ball or whether you're bad at running the ball or whatever, 1 out of every 3 run plays will be a loss in this game. It's just how this game is designed. And it doesn't even much matter who you're playing either, right? You could be playing a cupcake team and they will still get a tackle for a loss once every 3 or 4 run plays.
Yep. Well, I can testify to that, as the primary rushing guy here, between the two of us,
And
I
that's
can
because
absolutely testify to that.
As we did discuss earlier, run blocking in Madden 05 is dog shit. It's garbage. See, he's playing the tight end game with you to give him that extra blocker, right?
I know, but the tight end there with this formation is too fast for me to actually switch sides again.
Yeah, you were probably better off. I mean, you gave up the pass there, but at least you didn't give up a big play because you were out of position, right? That's why the way that I design my defense is I make sure I have a strong pass rusher lined up outside of where the tight end would line up. And that way, even if they do put that tight end there, if he goes out into the pattern, at least he's not going to interfere with the pass rusher, right? And I don't really worry about changing sides. I just, stay with what I've got. That's a backward pass.
Changing sides works pretty good if you have a 3-3-5 system, but the more guys on the line you introduce, up from 3, the harder and harder it gets.
Yep.
Right, and in that particular formation, you might have noticed that tight end didn't just shuffle forward. He actually
ran. Yeah,
and that's a particular quirk of that particular formation, right?
Whoa. Well,
Freeborg, hopefully he'll get his sacks this game, but, he doesn't normally get his hands on the ball like that. I don't know what they were thinking throwing it into such tight coverage.
Well, so far, so good. And you know what? You never really know what you're going to get when you play with these guys. I mean, you could end up with a shootout where you end up with like a 35-32 game or whatever. Or you might get, like a low-scoring defensive grudge match. You just don't know.
Well, that's part of one of the reasons why they're one of the best teams in the league here.
Looking to run it here.
Okay, well, I'm going to follow that guy, and then I'm going to, run for a first down. They aren't going to like that, though.
Well, we'll see if they start to stack the line on you. You got, 10 yards rushing.
Yeah, so here it is. This is the ace jumbo.
Right? So it's like a 4 tight end looking thing, right?
Basically, the guy crouched on the left is the fullback.
Yep.
Right, fullback 1. Just because you don't have the ability to even put 4 tight ends on the line, on the field, right, at the same time. And as you can see, when everybody does what they're supposed to do, right, notice how, these guys actually block. This guy actually blocks to his left.
Yep.
And gets this guy. And then it looks like the fullback there actually gets him. And then 65 helps out on that guy a little bit after he, kind of pushes this guy off. But that's what you need, right?
You have to block the front 7,
But you never know what you're going to get even with this, because if 65 or 60 or both of them decide to run up the field here and go after this guy instead, well, then that guy doesn't get blocked. And even though they're, out of position here on defense, that's still going to result in a run for a loss. And it's just a dice roll, really. I don't feel like, in this game that I'm really in control of what the result of the play is going to be.
Yeah, it's very much a perseverance thing.
All I can do, all I'm doing basically is I'm just trying to
not lose yards.
Well, no, I'm just trying to create the situations where I might have an advantage positionally.
Yep.
But what happens after that, I really don't know. I got hit while I was throwing there. Otherwise, that receiver was wide open.
Well, you know what? That's all right, though, because the coverage guy had to Superman that. I don't think that was terribly dangerous.
You know, like, that's really basically what this game is you're just trying to set up, like, here, I've got a positional advantage maybe with Bennett.
Yep.
And what happens afterwards, I really don't know.
Gets rid of it.
In this case, I managed to get the ball to him and he caught it, but there's lots of times too where the pass rusher might come around, you know, loop around this guy and hit me while I'm trying to throw it, right?
Yeah, just because you're moving in that direction.
Just because I'm moving in that direction. You know, like I said, all you can do is try and establish the favorable looking condition, right?
Yep.
And then hope that the dice roll goes your way. Man, oh man.
Looks like he's changing the play.
I wonder if I'm going to see a steady diet of everybody on the line here.
Changing the play.
That'll be easier for your passing.
Uh-oh, I made a
You
mistake.
got it. No, you don't.
I don't. I hate that animation trap, right? There's no place for that kind of thing in this game, I don't think.
Well, it's completely absent from Madden 2004.
Yeah, well, it should have been completely absent from this game as well.
Now it's 1st and 15.
And if I were a programmer and if I had the source code for this game, even just for my own pleasure, I would go in and remove that.
Yeah.
Because I would rather be able to just call an audible just like in Madden 04.
Throws on the move.
Yeah, since we've been practicing that one, you've actually been feeling spoiled.
Yeah, and then look at that. I get the penalty and I'm in a hole and then I throw a pass and pick up 20 yards, right? You know, like, this game is very, very uneven that way. There's no consistency, right?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like how I line up on 3rd and 15 and I hand it to Kelvin Allen in the Crusaders franchise and we pick up 20 yards, right?
Looks like he's calling an audible.
Because 3rd and 15 is still a running situation.
Yeah. Says you.
That's right, says
Okay, well,
me.
I've got an extra blocker over there.
Again with the carry. Berger.
It's actually the backside pursuit.
And then, like I said, though, it's a dice roll, right? I mean, I should have these guys all sealed off, and yes, sure enough, I do. And then this linebacker basically comes out of nowhere, and he should be out of position too, right?
Well, he also should have got blocked at the line too, because
And
he
he
was
should have-
outnumbered 2-1.
Yeah, well, the thing is, though, you see 61 there?
Yep.
He's committing the sin, right?
Yeah, to go block the
He's
safety.
committing the sin.
And he does, sure enough.
Yep, and sure enough, he actually locks up on him, but he didn't do his job. His job was to block this guy.
Yep.
And that's why the EA game designers back then, I wish that I could just give the guy who decided that this was a thing a slap every time it happens. Hard enough to make his ears ring.
Yeah, but the funny thing about it is, it's just 1 year earlier in Madden 04, that was never a problem.
Yeah, that's right. They ruined it. Basically, they spoiled the running game completely.
I think a big part of it too, though, is because they decided at some point that they wanted to have players like who are defenders get into the backfield explosively and make big plays on defense, because this is supposed to be the year of D, right?
Like, this is a fullback running with the ball, right?
Yep.
You know, all of a sudden, after that other stupid play, right? Suddenly, here we go, and it's like this is a 5, 10, 15, 20. This is a 26 or 27 yard run.
Yep.
By a fullback.
Well, we also do have some very talented fullbacks on this team, though. Compared to everybody else on the offense, they're some of the best players on the team.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. There's no consistency in this game.
Yeah,
right?
I know. Yeah.
That's what makes play design actually kind of hard sometimes, because like here it
you have
looks
to
like
design against the.
I should be able to run around the left side here, but who knows?
Johnson.
And I can't, because that guy that safety they
From the
brought up to the
backside.
line came from the backside, right?
Yeah.
And was cut down quickly.
Well, I think a big part of it too is just like the handoff animations and everything else take so long, right?
Well, I think though that's kind of deliberate too, right? I think that they did a lot of that kind of stuff on purpose. to make the game, because you know what? They didn't make the defense play better.
Well, they did make them play a little better. I mean, in terms of pass defense, but like play calling wise, they're probably worse in this game than they are in Madden 04.
There. Well, now I'm in a hole.
Well, you're still barely in field goal range.
He might be one of the smartest linebackers in the NFL right now. He anticipates, closes,
but yeah,
ball carried down for a loss.
I guess the main thing they added in this game is defenders will consistently attempt to make plays on the ball when it is thrown in their direction.
Yeah, that is one thing that is an improvement. I'm not saying that it's all bad here.
Looking for a receiver with the pass.
Well,
but,
and then I pull that out of my hat, right?
Well, you are the Mad Bum.
Yeah.
They were in a tough spot here. This is a heck of a throw and catch to pick up that first
Right,
down.
and even if they have all Madden linebackers, well, that's a halfback. He's still going to be a bit quicker coming off the line of scrimmage than they are.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm counting on, is that they're going to put that 4-3 out there, or that nickel out there on third down.
He'll get it again.
Yeah, well, we're also fortunate that the Desperados in particular don't have a magical player like Brad Doss.
Yeah.
Because Brad Doss for the Tigers. So there's all Madden players, and then there's all Madden players that are among all Madden players.
Yeah,
right?
And he is probably the in this game in any of our leagues, he is probably the best inside linebacker ever.
Yeah, well, if I recall, he's like a 99 speed, 99 strength inside linebacker with 99 tackling. Like, he's absolutely ridiculous in every single way. You'd think he was a created player. But no, in fact, he's just a randomly generated guy who's that good. And that's the thing, right? It's like a lot of these all Madden teams can even have variation in how they're generated. One 99 overall player is not the same as another 99 overall player, oddly enough.
Well, I had a little bit of success on the ground on that opening drive, surprisingly
enough.
enough.
You ate up a ton of time, too.
Yep. Yeah, 7 minutes.
Well, the longer you keep it out of their hands, the easier it is on me on defense.
Uh-oh, they got the coverage going to this side.
From the 6 to the 20.
Okay, well, it looks
That's
like
okay.
he decided to go inside, and then
Oh,
they're going to get a holding penalty.
Wow. I think holding has got to be like one of the only penalties that they actually call in Madden 05, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and they call those penalties at the craziest times, too, right?
Yeah, holding and false starts.
You know, like, I'll run the football, and I'll run it to the right, and they'll throw a flag and call the left tackle for holding,
Yep.
right? You know, like, I could see if it was a player on the side of the field that I'm actually running to, that a foul would be committed that might actually affect the outcome of the play, right? But, you know, like, it's just crazy stuff.
Dropping back to pass on first down with the pass.
Oh, don't face mask him.
Oh, that's the big face mask, too.
There's a flag on the play.
Man.
He yanked his helmet and it cost him.
With his helmet on sideways like that, I bet he thought his whole head had just been readjusted.
I don't know, sometimes they just get it set in their head.
Well, sometimes you can almost smell a scripted drive, too, right? Sometimes events happen, and you just can't figure out why these events happen the way they do, right?
The 33-yard line.
Take a look at this. He gets himself into position, keeps his legs under him.
I'm definitely glad that
Yeah, well, you
Our
had
safety
one,
made
you
the
had
tackle
one
there.
unblocked guy there, but that's why this system here is a bit better against the run than your 3-3-5, because you may have given up a few yards on that play, but at least you didn't give up a touchdown.
I think he
Because-
just hit number 57 in the ass with that.
Because I've done some studying on this and playing defense as well, and the biggest secret to preventing those long runs for a touchdown is to occupy all of the offensive linemen at the line of scrimmage, right? If you can do that, then it's, you know, like tight ends and fullbacks and things like that that are doing the blocking downfield, right? And they don't have that. They can block if they happen to be in the right place, but they don't have that magical suction power that offensive linemen do, right?
Yeah.
Where they can actually draw a safety in toward them.
Oh, I missed him.
Yeah, and then he missed him too.
Well, the worst part is I missed him, and then I got sucked into a block, so I couldn't turn around.
Yeah,
Right,
but still.
Right there, at number 94, I ended up getting blocked from behind there, and I couldn't pull away.
But still, this is the kind of thing, though, that I don't like to see in the game. Like, to me, that's sloppy game design, too, because two players should not miss a tackle like that on the same play, right?
And it's on its way.
I mean, that first one was my fault, but...
Well, yeah, but still, the first missed tackle should at least throw him off enough so that other player is in a better position, right? And also the pursuit angles in this game still were not the best either, right? Well, what are we going to do now?
So they have first and 10 here.
Well, I don't really know. I guess I'll run this way since the field is a little wider.
Hands it off to the back. Holt pulls him down at the 21-yard line.
See, let's see what happened here. Right? This time the tight end missed his block there.
Yep.
Or they could have...
they probably could have all traded over to the left.
They could have... Well, you see, this is the thing, though, right? In real life, I think if you're running to the left like that, at least starting at the center, they block to the left. You know what I mean? Like they try to block in the direction that the run is going in. Right?
I can understand in some situations where they try to block opposites in order to try to wedge a gap open. But the better thing to do there, and I mean, mind you too, you don't have the ability to draw blocking assignments in this game with that degree of precision either. So whether or not you're going to get the wedge block that you want when you want it, or the outside block that you want when you want it, is more or less up in the air, right? But you know, it definitely would have been better there if they had traded all to the left.
Well, and that's what I mean by a dice roll, right? You never know what you're going to get, because sometimes the trading will be good and sometimes it'll be bad, right?
Yeah.
And you just don't know what it is that you're going to get.
Gets the pass off. Garner cuts him down. Records his third tackle of the game.
But that's why I don't like the run game the way it works in this game either, because when you're looking at better than a 50-50 chance of it being 2nd and 10 or worse after your first run play, it makes you not want to run the ball. You know?
You just need to be able to run the ball for 10 to 20 yards every single time you hand it off.
Yeah, I know, but it's pretty tough to run the stretch when your running back has a 79 speed rating.
Yeah, no, that's why I draft running backs with 90 plus speed, right?
Yeah.
The lone back. Tosses it right.
Well,
yeah, run in that direction. That's the best direction. I love that direction.
But now they're in that hole too, right? You know what I mean?
I mean, that one wasn't so much cheese, though, as I had the pass rush coming to that side. I mean, I was deliberately shifted over to that side.
Yeah, basically you had an unblocked defender going into that lane, right?
And we're ready to start the
I mean, I can't understand why they would run it to that side, to be honest. I would have reversed the play with how I was lined up.
Well, the thing is, if it wasn't for the man lock, though, it looks kind of the same on both sides, right? Really.
Well, the thing is, though, you can tell what side I am tilted to, though, right? Because the whole defense essentially shifts to that side or the other. And especially when I cheat that lineman over, I'm definitely looking for a pass.
The backs are lined up in an eye. Holling in motion. Pressure coming.
Yeah,
Ah, gang tackle on the quarterback.
gotta love that.
That's rare. I'm surprised by that. I'm surprised we managed to get one of those.
Yeah, but remember in the last game when you kept having that linebacker come through the gap in the middle of the formation?
I think that was in Madden 04, actually,
Yeah, in
wasn't
Madden
it?
04, but you do see that behavior sometimes in this game too, right? You know, some things have changed, but some things remain the same too, right? And you really don't know what you're going to get.
Well, I gotta say, though, defensively, in this game, I significantly missed the way that jam coverage worked in Madden 04. For all the faults on defense on Madden 04 where players are a lot more passive, I love the way jam coverage works in that game. I play jam coverage 24/7.
Yeah, so do I, actually. I play press coverage on almost every play. Anyway, just in case you weren't paying attention to the graphic there, it looks like the bad men got destroyed by the Tigers.
That is not a surprise at all. Because the bad men really are not like a... They're the worst of the all-Madden teams. They're a paper tiger.
Well, they're crowding the line here, but I'm going to try this anyway. Maybe we will be able to seal them all off.
All right, you throw a paper tiger in a ring with a real tiger, and what do you think's going to happen?
Yeah. No. See, what I really wish is that I could get these offensive linemen to dig their heels in and at least hold their position. You know, instead of getting pushed backward, right? Because that would be a big thing, too. And they could have fixed their run blocking problem in a big way just by doing that instead, right?
Looking downfield, throws on the run.
And he drops the ball. That was a scripted drop, I think. Because it was third down, and it was time to throw a pass.
Nothing happening on that drive, and they'll punt it away. Not much hang time on this.
Wow, this guy's got no power either.
That's
I got
okay.
a fortunate roll there, but like that ball was in the air for about 15 yards.
It's first and 10.
Well, that's why it's a pooch punt.
Yeah. Well, you know, I do that when I'm at about midfield or closer to their end, just because, if anything, it prevents the run back, for one thing. And for another thing, you can always get something phony baloney to happen, like maybe it'll hit one of their players or something, right?
The corners are backing off.
And then it becomes a turnover.
The quarterback gets set with only one.
See, there's an interesting matchup. You got the nickel corner covering the halfback there. And then he went to sleep. He stood still. Look at the replay of this. You know why this was almost a touchdown? Because look at that. He's standing still. He's standing still and waiting for that lineman there. Right?
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
You know, like that lineman wasn't even close enough to even get a lock on him yet. But basically, either that lineman got a lock on him already, and he was frozen because he was going to be in that block animation, or, you know, like that's what I think happened. It was already decided that that guy was going to get blocked, and the game made him stand there until the player actually closed in close enough to block him, right?
Well, that sort of thing is why I spend a lot of time against these all-Madden teams backing everybody up, though, because I think that you actually do get better last-man defensive angles when you have those safeties that deep on the run.
Well, what that does, I guess, is it gives them a chance to correct their bad pursuit angles.
That's right, yeah.
29-yard line. Stabler covered some good.
But that was extremely blatant, right? That particular case right there. Like, there's no way that run should have gained the yardage that it gained without at least being challenged by that player. That player should have at least gone there and attempted a tackle, right? Instead of just standing there.
That'll move the chains, John.
Yeah, when you put together a great pass with a heck of a catch, that's exactly what you're going to get.
Sixth play of this drive.
But yeah, very, very cheesy. Very cheesy.
linesman sends a man in motion. Hand it off to the back. Number 57 with the stop at the 8-yard line. So he picks up a couple of yards, but he's exhausted, headed for the side.
Oh, good. He's tired. Yeah.
They can still pick up the first without scoring here. The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. Throws it.
Ah, man.
It looks like they could have run that one in if they wanted to.
That's not usually
Wow,
the
is this
kind
going to
of
be a
defensive
shootout or
play
what?
you'd expect to see down
It's
there.
certainly feeling that way. I don't know, man.
And they guess
You have the man coverage on the guy, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Was that like a wide receiver flat? And
Yeah. No, it was an out, right?
because he has an opportunity, maybe.
No, he
I
just
don't know.
he
He's
just
just
beat
completely
that.
outran.
Yeah, he was too far behind him. He
Yeah.
allowed too much separation there. But that all started with that player in the middle, right? You know, like I showed you,
Yeah.
that player standing still in the middle,
14 unanswered points.
and he stood still until that offensive lineman got to him and blocked him out of the play, right?
Well, that's all right. I mean, I was playing some man coverage there, trying to be a little bit stouter against the run because of how close they were. Maybe I should have played man flats instead. I
don't
don't
know.
necessarily like to play man flats when I'm that close because it makes the over-the-middle pass a soft option. You see them complete a lot of those types of things.
Yeah, well, that's why one of the things that I do when I'm in the red zone is I'll actually have cornerbacks playing the flat zones on the outside, right? Like the outside corners playing the flats. And the reason that I do that is because, especially if you've got slower players on a year one cupcake team, man coverage will on that will get beaten exactly the way that your guy got beaten there, right?
I don't know. I mean,
But if the
I've
corner-
done that kind of thing time after time before, and it usually works out in your favor, right?
Yeah.
But it depends, too, I think, on the awareness rating of
Yeah.
the guy who's covering
But
him,
what I'm
right?
suggesting, though, is that you switch to a zone defense, you know, when you're
I
in...
don't have a zone defense that has corner flats. Because
Yeah,
I play
but-
corners on the deep zones all the
But
time.
no, that's what I'm saying is that's why what I do quite often when I get backed up into my own end of the field is I will switch to a zone defense,
Well,
right?
part of the reason I don't switch against these guys is because they've got two wide receiver speed tight ends, right?
Yeah, but
So
I don't care.
when they come out in two tight end formation, I'm basically treating it as if they have four wide receivers because you have to understand that, especially with the speed of our defensive backs and the speed of our linebackers, they basically do have four wide receivers out there.
Yeah, but the way my philosophy is that by the time they back me up to inside my 10-yard line, they're going to score on me anyway. So I tend to play more aggressively and take more chances just because I want to, you know, try and get a stop, right?
I don't know,
And I think
sometimes-
that sometimes you can play too conservatively.
I don't know, sometimes you can force something, but sometimes you absolutely can't. Because you have to realize is if you send six guys, well, an all Madden line is perfectly capable of blocking six guys, and they're capable of doing it with five, right?
Yeah, but I don't always send multiple blitzers either, right? What I'll do quite often is I will even just send four, but I'll play five across short zones or something like that, right?
Nope, they were on them like glue.
To try and especially if you do the man coverage thing and they continue to steadily make yardage on you, and you stick with the man coverage thing because you don't want to give up the big play from long range, which is okay, but eventually, if you suddenly change, if you abruptly change your strategy in midstream like that, then you can actually... oh boy, here's decision... Oh yeah, okay, we're still too far away. You know, like you can... If you abruptly change your strategy at about your own 10-yard line, that's when you can, you know, have defenders in unexpected positions and things like that.
I mean, sometimes, but sometimes not. And again, the reason why I went with the man coverage thing there is because they were making a lot of progress on the ground on that drive.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can't defend everything, right?
But you'll notice that my zone defenses tend to have six-man lines and stuff like that too, right? Like I'm not sending all six of them, but they're all lined up on the line, right? I don't know, it's a difference in philosophy, I guess. I think that sometimes you have to crank the aggression and just go for it.
Seymour records the tackle at the 27-yard
Whereas
line.
I'd rather rely on the awareness of my players to at least get in the way and run interference on people, right?
And I might have to start cranking the aggression here pretty soon and maybe start trying to throw some longer passes or something, because I'm not having much success on offense here.
Under pressure with the pass.
Just like that. That's the kind of thing that I'm looking for in the pass defense.
Yeah.
As the pass
All right.
ball's incomplete.
He had some room up in front of him to scramble out of the pocket and pick up a few yards. Maybe he should have done that.
No, I'm not saying that your strategy is invalid. I just think that for me personally, I would change things every now and then, throw something different in,
Running with purpose.
just to try and cross them up, right?
27. Stable couldn't find an opening and was brought down very quickly.
But that's okay. You have an opportunity for a stop
Holding
now.
up at the point of attack. He has a fast first step. He can explode through the hole. But he needs a line to create that little crease or cutback lane to break free.
Closing in with the throw.
Well, you got the stop.
And there's the defensive end in the middle, just clotheslining that little poor-ass wide receiver.
Yeah, that's the thing though, right? If it's 3rd down and 4, their options are far more varied than they were on 3rd down and 10, right? And your options are far more varied on 3rd down and 10, because basically all you need to do is take away anything longer than 10 yards, right?
Well, I don't even consider it that way, right? Basically, I look at it as, are they going to pass? And if I have the slightest doubt in my mind as to whether or not they're going to pass, I'll always just assume that they're going to pass. And then also, too, with these guys as running back in particular, because they have such an explosive running back. Oh, you thought you were going to get a delay of game?
No, I thought I was going to get that animation trap, and I had to rush that a little more than I wanted to, but
Yeah, well, that's one of the things about Madden 04 that it has as an advantage over Madden 05, right? Is there are no audible animations.
Yeah, there's no animation traps, right? Because that's basically what that is. It's a trap. Like here, I'd like to call an audible, but I can't.
Dropping back. He surveys
Well,
the field.
I think the shortest audible animation is something like 3 or 4 seconds, but the longest one is like 7 or 8 seconds.
Yeah, but my position is there should be no audible animations. Except for a very brief one where he pats one side of his ass or something, right? Like, other than that, in fact, they should have made it an optional thing. Like, you could go into the configuration menu and turn those on and off.
They'll pass on 1st down. With the throw, he makes the catch anyway.
Nice.
One of your favorite terms right here. I'm going to use.
Well, it's 5 yards on 1st down, right?
I mean, it's 5 yards on 1st down, and there goes the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes left in the quarter.
But yeah, I mean, the way I look at it is that they didn't really make the defense play much better, from a player's versus AI point of view.
Or from a play calling point of view.
All they did was they just did some cheesy things to make it harder to play offense successfully. Like, for example, this, right? I'm rolling away from this guy and throwing the ball. How can he possibly get to me that fast? He's on the wrong side of the... Whoop. He's on the wrong side of the formation to even be able to do that, right?
Well, another thing is, too, though, is another one of the differences between Madden 04 and Madden 05. And, I mean, we'll chew the shit out of Madden 04 when it comes to Madden 04 time, but another difference is that there's a delay in Madden 05 between when you press a button to throw a pass and when the pass actually comes out. Whereas that delay doesn't actually exist in Madden 04.
Yep.
Dropping back, looking for an option with the throw, and he
Nice.
Well, I managed to keep it going.
at the 29-yard line.
Well, sometimes those short crossing routes are just what you need.
Drive alive.
All right, if you set them up correctly, they can be relatively safe as long as there's not a spy there.
Well, it kind of depends on what the defense does. And these guys, they like to play man lock. And the way that play is designed, it's basically designed to clear the middle out and draw defenders out of the middle, right?
Yeah.
And this, again, it's a toss-up, right? It's going to be a dice roll. I can hear the dice rattling in my head already. And this time I'm going to lose, right?
That linebacker was standing in one of those, like, special golden positions, though, right?
Yeah, but I find that doesn't matter so much. He actually got blocked, but look at what the guy that was a defensive tackle.
The defensive
right?
tackle who's trying to loop around the outside doesn't get blocked by anybody.
Yeah, and really, even if he beats number 60 there, number 39 should have picked him up, right? No doubt about it, because I would have been able to make a few yards if that guy had actually blocked him, right?
Yep.
But like we said earlier in this game, run blocking in Madden 05 is dog shit, right? It is. And it's really too bad, but...
Well, you only got to make about 6 more yards and then you can kick a field goal. So.
I know, but I want a touchdown.
Well, slant pass, maybe?
Well, I'm going to look there, but I've got linebacker on that halfback, too, if I can get that pass to go. It depends on whether they blitz from that side or not.
Looking for a receiver.
Well, I guess I'll take the pass there, the short pass, because they were sending pressure there, too, right?
Well, you know what? Bennett's a good, reliable pair of hands, too. Johnson doesn't always catch everything you throw at him, right?
Yeah, I'm going to... Sorry, Phil, but I need somebody who can catch the ball.
Either your tight ends are just as fast as Phil, actually.
Yeah, and...
Put Hutchinson in. He's the best hands on the team.
Actually, either one, right? They both have 82 catching, so Hutchinson's a little bit faster. We'll make Hutchinson wide receiver 5.
Back to the field. And this is the 8th play of this drive. They're within striking distance.
Of course, they may not give me the right kind of coverage anyways.
The defense lines up in the nickel.
Well, they've got a 1 deep now, with double man coverage on the receiver on the outside.
Yep. Ooh, I got to call a timeout.
Yeah.
Gaffney stops the clock.
Well, I guess there's going to be no touchdown. I'm going to have to kick a field goal here.
Weren't paying attention to the clock there.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the clock. Of course, I am somewhat sleep deprived today.
You and me both.
Oh, shit! God damn! You know what? This just drives me insane. That is another thing I would change, is the kick meter always goes at the same speed, regardless of whether you get 10 power or 100.
All right, well.
Well, it's a close game at least.
All right, we'll go for the halftime stretch then.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Yeah. And it's been a pretty close game statistically speaking. I just, a little bit of clock mismanagement and then a little bit of screwing with the kick meter there. I wonder if that's something that could be adjusted in the sliders.
He raises his hand for the fair
Sadly,
catch.
I don't think so.
You don't see that.
You know, like maybe
Because,
maybe kick accuracy or something.
Well, the thing about that is the kick accuracy, if you get it, I think the way it works is if you get it inside the kick impact zone, then it's fine, but if you're outside, it's still the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Basically, it's like if you don't get 0, it's more accurate than it normally would be, but if you do get 0, 0 is still 0.
Yeah.
Didn't get any help from his
And it doesn't actually make it harder to get 0.
Impossible to run when you have guys in the backfield just as soon as you snap the ball.
2nd and long.
Well, things are continuing to go about as well as they have in this game.
The visiting team come out in a nickel package.
Well, it's a fresh new half.
In the defense. Shields in motion. Dropping back. Looking for an option.
Holy.
Oh, he dropped it.
way
Like,
to keep possession.
wow.
Looks like he might have had another option out there, John.
But he never
We need
saw
to
it.
engineer
He has to
out
make better
drop
reads out
passes. That's what needs to happen. Need to stop dropping the ball
The
when I
visiting
throw it.
team line up in the quarter defense. Gaffney sends a man in motion. Drops back, looking for a receiver with the throw. Incomplete.
Overthrow.
I don't think it's nerves.
You had the right route there, and you made the right read.
Yeah, now I'm feeling like I'm struggling out there because it's like the player's not doing what he's supposed to do.
Here's the punt. From the 38. Across midfield.
Jeez.
He had a nice return on that punt.
And no
I would have
matter
had
how good
a better
punt is,
net if I'd have
doesn't
just
mean
pooched it.
anything if your team can't stop the return.
Looks like they'll play bump and run on the outside. They have the lead. One big reason is because they've done a real good job on the ground on first down.
Yeah, when you gain 5 yards or more, it sets you up in good second and third situations.
Floyd stops him at the 33.
Yeah, boy, they're
Sadly,
just
he
they're
broke
just
a tackle
yeah,
there.
they're just
I'll tell
plowing
you,
up
if
the middle
defense
on
could
you
have done
like.
a better job tackling, that would have been well short of a first down.
The corners move up to play this one tight.
Well, again, though, somebody made contact with him fairly early on. He just ran
They've
over
been
them.
solid running the ball on first down, John.
Not bad. And that success leads to bigger and better things, usually.
Pressure. Gets the pass off, and he makes the grab. Taylor records the tackle at the 25. Kaufman, clearly regarded as one of the most accurate passers in the league, and with passes like that, you know why.
Yeah, you know what? When he lets it go, he's not trying to throw it in the direction of his receiver. He's trying to hit him right in the hand, put the ball right at their fingertips, and most of the time he does it.
Stop behind the line, loss of a couple.
Well, all right. I don't know why they didn't block that guy. He wasn't the guy that was actually coming on the rush or anything.
Yeah, well, that's why I think a lot of this, like I said before, is dice rolls, right? Because you're not doing anything different. And the last time they ran that play, they punched it through the middle for like a 15-yard gain, right? So I think it's a lot of it is very random.
Gets rid of it.
Nice.
Incomplete pass. Hart got a hand up and tipped that.
Well, at least somebody made the play. It would be nice if he missed this now
Where only his guy can get
to
it.
make up for the zero accuracy kick.
It's kind of at the
thing.
start of the range, but, you know, because he's an all-Madden player, he's probably still very likely to make something like this. Although that wasn't the best kick in the world.
Unanswered points.
They just can't seem
So
to
if we
stop
could push them back at least a little bit, but I've barely gotten anything in terms of quarterback interaction in this game at all. He just throws it away before I can ever get to him, even if I get a guy around the outside on block.
To the 20.
Yeah, well, he's also been running the ball a lot too, right?
Offense's last possession. First and 10.
You know, 126 yards rushing.
Well, there's not much I can do about that, though, given the kind of receiving options they have out in there on the field, right? Like, part of the reason they get the success they get on the ground rushing is because I'm backing everybody up every play.
With the throw, look left and hits his wide receiver with a short pass. Phillip with the stop.
But also, too, they had a couple of situations even in the first half where if I hadn't have backed everybody up, there would have been no safety to take that line of pursuit there and actually cut that run off.
Calling an audible now. Gets the pass off.
Holy shit!
Whoa, what is...
Green
Oh. Look at this, and now I've got a third down because he juggled that pass.
Well, maybe you run a quarterback sneak or something if you have
Nah,
to.
the quarterback sneak doesn't work worth a shit in this game. Basically, they just close up all the gaps, and then you end up running into a wall. I have it in a couple of my plays, but I don't bother to call it usually because when I do use it with a better guy than this one, it often does not work.
I don't know. I actually have a lot more faith in the quarterback sneak than you do. I tend to run it a lot more, too.
He needs to if he wants to help his team get to the Super Bowl.
Offense couldn't get it done in the
Well, we're going to take the punt return game out of the game here.
much hang time on this one.
Now that'll be a decent one.
But that's the last punt. If they score on this possession, then we're playing 4-down football.
Well, we won't have much choice. We'll have to catch up now, won't we?
Mm-hmm.
On the call, Love pulls him down.
I thought that was going to be a run.
Yeah, I saw you kind of reacting there. Was that a draw?
I don't know if it was a draw or not. I just thought that it was going to be a run.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It was a draw play. That's why it looked like a pass, but that's probably why you stopped it, because you didn't react to the pass blocking lineman at all. It doesn't matter. They got a tight end on each side now.
Well, idea being that hopefully the second string tight end's maybe a little worse of a receiver than the first one, so if we can make the first string tight end stay in the block.
Yeah, well, they threw it sideways instead.
Yeah, well.
3rd and 4. So as they get set to try
Thing is, even with the flat zones out there, they're still going to get some yards just due to the speed of their players, right?
Yeah.
To dig deep and make a clutch play. When you convert, it gives your defense a little extra rest, and it gives your
Now they're going to run it now.
a fresh set of downs to work with.
Well, the thing is, though, is with that 3rd and 4 type situation, they're just as likely to run it as they are to pass. So I play the pass in those situations.
Well, that's the odds, right?
Because the pass will hurt you a lot worse.
Under pressure, gets the pass off.
But then again, though, even if they're going to complete passes like that into that kind of coverage,
He'll hit his man.
And the thing is,
I mean, like sometimes there's nothing you can do except wait for the dice rolls to go in your favor, right?
Only one man in the backfield. Abrams, the man in motion. Dropping back to pass on 1st down.
Well, he finally got in and got a sack.
Great downfield coverage that time, John.
You have to go through your progression and get rid of the ball. Give your receivers a chance to make a play. You just can't take a sack.
Hopefully you can get force them into throwing an incompletion here or something, and then maybe you'll be able to get a stop.
On the carry. Fakes the handoff. Throwing.
Yeah.
Incomplete.
Well, I'm glad the safety was there, because it looked like the corner was out of position that time.
Yeah, well, he probably twitched when the play fake was made, right? That's the thing that I hate the worst about play action in this game, is that you can have a guy coming around the outside clean like that, and then suddenly you have the quarterback dead to rights, and then suddenly he just turns and runs up the field after the halfback, right?
Newman is back.
And in real life, I don't think anybody is that dumb, not even a rookie, right?
Here's the kick. Andy waves for the fair catch.
Well, that was a pretty terrible punt anyways.
Yeah,
Which
well,
makes things a little bit better for you.
1st and 10.
well, at least I'm not having to start in the shadow of our goal line, but
Looks like he's calling an audible. Johnson.
man, oh man, I can't even make anything on a dive play, right?
Good job plugging up the holes on that.
At least you didn't lose anything,
Like
though.
they're literally taking everything away.
They don't even look at players in the combine for defensive tackle.
Well, maybe it's time you start replacing your run game with like a short curls play or something.
You'll free the linebackers to make those plays.
4 yards is better than no yards.
He surveys the field with the throw.
Well, at least he caught it that time.
At the 42. Nice read, finding the receiver who is in single coverage. So they have 1st and 10 here.
Well, this looks like a linebacker on Williams.
They'll pass on 1st down. Looking for a receiver on the move.
And an overthrow.
This pass is incomplete.
He's going to need to bring down those throws and be a little bit more accurate. if he wants to win this thing and get his team to the Super Bowl.
At this point, I'm starting to doubt it.
Out of the nickel. Johnson moves
Well, just persevere and hang in there. You're not that far behind, and they don't have that many points.
I know, but sometimes it just feels like I'm struggling and there's nothing that I can do.
Throws on the move. And it's complete. Green makes the tackle at midfield. Not much to go after that conclusion.
That was a good gain on second down. That puts him in a manageable third down, which is where you always want to be.
Calling an audible.
Well, hopefully I can get this connected.
Dropping back, throws on the run. He hits his receiver. They'll bring him down at the 34. They convert for the first down on that throw.
And they ran the perfect play to get those couple of yards.
It's 1st and 10. Johnson comes in motion. Passing on first down. Closing in. Gets rid of it.
Oh,
yeah, drop pass again.
You're one game away from the Super Bowl, and your team is counting on you to make catches. I'm sure he won't let the next one slip out of his hands.
And this is the 7th play of this drive. The visiting team come out in a nickel package.
Wow, look at this.
Gaffney sends a man in motion. Pressure coming.
I got hit when I was throwing it, and then he dropped it anyways.
Yeah, he actually did get his hands on that. The defender missed it, but then he dropped it anyways.
That time he just missed taking him down.
8th play of this drive.
Boy.
They'll go with the quarter defense. Johnson moves in motion. Looking downfield.
Oh, terrible throw, and then he dropped it anyway. See what I mean? I'm struggling here, right?
Well, go for it. If you've got to go for it, go for it.
No, this is too far to go for it. If I have to throw
you're
a 10
by 10, though.
I know, but if I have to throw a 10-yard pass, I guarantee you it'll be a drop.
Well, if we don't start scoring points soon, we'll lose this game anyhow.
Yeah, well, what I'm hoping here is that you'll get a stop inside their 20, or this will happen.
Well, that's fortunate.
And that is pretty much exactly what I was trying to do there, right?
Yeah, just kick it right at him and have it nosedive into his feet.
Yep, pretty much. Hey, I made a yard on a run. Did you see that? Wow.
That just goes to show you that the coach trusts the guy to hang on to the ball.
6 yards to go for a touchdown. Changing the play now. Throwing. And he makes the grab. Gaffney fires it in.
Well, there you go. That
There.
closes it up a little bit.
Well, hopefully that will change the momentum for us a little bit, too.
The kick is up. And it's the extra point. The home team are now down by 3. The home team are set to kick it deep.
See, now, if you can intercept the pass and return it for a touchdown or something.
I wish. I mean, we got hit in the hands a couple times this game already, but as you well know, nobody on this team can catch, and my defenses don't tend to produce turnovers.
Yeah.
So maybe I can get some sacks or something.
The last time the offense had the ball. So they have 1st and 10 here. They'll play things tighter on the outside. Stabler, the lone back. On the carry. Number 51 with the
Now that time I was fully committed to the pass.
Yeah, well, that almost looked like a draw play again, right?
That is consistent and effective will help the offense dictate the pace
And I
of the
know
game.
I've tried running those plays, and they don't work for me at all. Like, I can't get any kind of positive yardage on anything where there's a offensive lineman is going backward already on a run play. The way I see it is that's a bad thing.
I don't think he ever had a chance to set his feet. I'll tell you one thing, this defensive coach sure has his defensive lineman pumped up.
The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. Under pressure.
Oh, man.
That's okay. Take the stop and be happy.
Yeah, I think that was supposed to be a short in of some kind, but again, like I was running press coverage here, and
Yeah, and it pretty much ruined his pattern, right?
yeah.
And because it was the pass was going to the inside, you had inside position just from the wrestling match that was going on there, right? I mean, you know what? A certain amount of luck is involved here too, because he could have just as easily been bumped to the outside instead, right?
Could have, yep.
So they have 1st and 10 here. The visiting team come out in a nickel package.
Yeah, there's no way. I just can't get anything on the ground at all.
Was stuck on that play, John.
They're just relentless when the offense decides to run the ball. They break down blocks very quickly. They do a good job maintaining their gap assignments, limiting cutback opportunities.
The visiting team come out in a nickel package. Gaffney with a man.
Ooh, that was a little bit weird, but okay, he got there.
Dropping back. He's looking on the run.
Overthrow.
This pass is incomplete. Too tall for the intended.
The overthrow is the enemy here. It is absolutely the worst.
The visiting team come out in a dime package. Falling inaudible now.
I guess we might as well just give it up here.
Gets rid of it. He hits his receiver. Boyd brings him down.
We'll advance the ball a little further, and then we'll punt it back to them again.
Well, the thing is, too, is depending on how that coverage shook out, you almost made it, right? You made it back. It's only 4th and 2, right?
It away after a 3-and-out.
If you'd have gotten a different tackle animation there or something else, that you could have easily crossed that.
Yeah, or if that had been a tight end, then maybe I would have been able to break a tackle or something,
Or fall
too,
forward
right?
or something.
Yeah. But it really hurts too when the kick meter is acting up the way it is in this game. And you know, like in that particular case, that was a borderline case. I might have tried a full power punt and try and kick it out of bounds, but I didn't dare because I didn't want to shank it, right? You know, things like that, when they happen, they affect your decision making in the game later too, right? Because then you got to engineer out those things that can happen, right?
Corners are moving up to press the receivers.
Because they will happen repeatedly. Like if that zero accuracy kick happened once, it will happen again, right?
Oh, I got stiff arm there.
Yeah, well.
At the 41, Stabler. He's showing no signs of slowing down as that game puts him over.
I know you're doing your best here, but I haven't given you much support in this game either. Because it just seems like I literally haven't been able to do anything. And the weird thing is, sometimes we play these guys and I score 40 points. Like, you know, like you just never know what you're going to get, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, the thing about it is, too, is, like, I gave up 2 kind of unfortunate touchdowns really early on here. And that makes it harder on us, right? Where do you think you're going?
And that continuing run game, too, right? That makes it tough.
And that's worse.
Because when they're second in inches like this, even if they drop back to pass here and you force an incompletion, doesn't really matter, right?
Only one man back. Fox moves in motion. Again with the run. Bird with the tackle at the 44. So it's a first down after a nice run right up the middle.
Yeah, and it was all north-south running there. Not a lot of side to side. And that's exactly what you have to do to get the first.
Hoffman using split backs. And look at the call.
Well, that's not really much of a running formation, though.
Yeah.
That's because the defense did a good job at this.
It does move them over towards the middle of the field a little bit more, which technically actually gives them more passing options. So, because when they're on the far side, sometimes I can play a curl flat to that side.
Yeah. Yeah, now they can, throw those, well, or they can just run up the middle for 10 yards, right?
At the 35-yard line. Stabler moves his rushing total over 150 on that carry.
Well, we'll see where they decide to go now.
I don't know, I'd almost lean toward a run play here.
Give it to the halfback. The 30. Seymour pulls him down at the 26.
See, you're missing one thing from your defensive playbook, and that is something where you've got 5 guys on the line.
I don't want to flip formation with 5 guys on the line. I've never had any luck with that kind of thing.
Coy, the deep man, throwing on first down. Gets rid of it.
Oh, well, you got a break there, because that guy was going to be wide open and off to the races if he had
the big thing about that is that's our flat zone defender getting his ass out there, right? But he's just barely fast enough, right? Because that running back is just so damn fast.
The ability to double cover an opponent's best receiver.
The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. Hand it off. Hardy makes the tackle.
Okay, well, that was a break, because now you can probably look for a pass here.
They'll need to reach the
Not that I wasn't already before, right?
The defense is going to play this.
And one of the easiest ways that they can get it into the end zone from here is to throw a deep post over the middle or something.
With the pass.
Well, you managed to hit him, and it went into the ground instead.
I'll tell you, he did almost everything.
Because that's what they'll try to do from about this range out, is they'll try to throw a deep post over the middle on you and get a nice soft option between your 2 deep zone.
Yeah.
So whenever I'm this far away, I actually go to a 3 deep zone.
43-yard attempt.
Just to take that option away.
He missed! Whoa!
Well, he wasn't. His first kick didn't look all that confident, so, you know.
Yeah, to tell you the truth, that first one did look a little shaky.
Changing the play now. They'll pass on first down. Throws it, and the catch is made.
Trailer will bring you to victory.
38-yard line.
Well,
One catch in time.
we can hope.
That receiver has it all. He can run and catch with the best of them. The defense better make sure that they have him covered.
I don't know if I even want to waste it down on a run play here now. Especially when I have to count on there being at least one drop pass every series.
Passes left. And this pass
Ooh, nice.
across midfield. And he just got level.
Sometimes those guys really just blow those coverage assignments on those flats and they turn into something, even with a slow player like Bennett.
Yep.
The unstoppable force won that one.
So they have first and 10 here.
Well, he's got 5 catches in this game, which is good.
Passing on first down. With the pass, and it's complete.
Well, he held on to it even with the linebacker hammering him in the back.
Yep.
Usually if they're going to drop that pass, that's the kind of situation where they will.
Yeah, I find too that they're less likely to catch those if you try to aim them too. And all I did there is I just threw it right at the center of his body, right?
Yep.
Throwing.
Nice.
Edwards catches the pass, but then goes
Yeah,
forward.
yeah.
Well,
look
I
at
don't
how
know. You could
chintzy
just about
that is.
challenge
Wow.
that.
I know, but I don't want to waste a challenge on something like that, right?
They need to reach the 38-yard line to convert.
Because that's also a momentum changer. You know, like if you challenge a ball spot like that and you lose, then that fires them up too, right?
With the pass, thrown behind, but caught.
Yes.
Just enough. The defense
Sometimes they
looks to
screw around with you too on those pass plays.
and the first down.
Like you might have noticed that I kind of struggled to get that pass to go where I wanted it to.
Yeah,
like,
to get it upfield.
Gaffney sends a man in motion. Dropping back to pass on first down. Throws it. Great pass. Dives and brings him down at the 30-yard line. Trailer didn't have much room to do anything.
Well, Trailer wants to be on the team next year.
he probably will be anyways because, like I said before, I don't think you're going to be able to have enough draft picks to actually get, knock him off the team, right?
That's assuming I was even trying to.
Yeah. Like, I suspect that you probably won't draft enough players of that type to,
Throwing on the run.
Oh, come on.
It looked like he'd
I can't believe that.
couldn't get it under control.
You know, the worst part about that, too, is Hutchinson there has a very high catching rating. He's a very reliable pair of hands.
This is the part, though, where they start to screw with me, right? Like drop passes and that kind of shit.
Bennett, the motion man.
Well, maybe you get a curl to Bennett or something. I don't know.
With the pass, right to
Oh, he's going to trip over that guy.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, now we're in real trouble.
Well, actually, maybe not. Our backup quarterback ain't bad. I know he ain't taking the field much, but he's not the worst.
I think we're in serious trouble now.
So they're now inside the 20 and down by 3. Drops back with the throw, and this pass is completed. Bennett is there again, always finding room when there doesn't appear to be any. 6 counts. Second and maybe 3.
Is this going to be the classic thing, though, where I go down and score the go-ahead touchdown, and then the unstoppable offense comes out and scores back on us?
Well, I don't know. I think you need to focus on scoring the touchdown first.
Yeah, well, I think I will, but...
Because we need it regardless.
With the pass, and the catch is made, and he just got level.
Yeah, you know that whole deal about what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? Well, the unstoppable force won that one.
7 yards to go for the touchdown. Jill, what have you heard?
Well, it looks like he'll be back, but I've got to probably finish this drive without him.
His return is probable.
All right, Jill, thank you for the update. Calling an audible.
Yeah, I don't like the way that looks.
Looking for an option on the move.
I mean, he dropped it.
And he dropped it. He can
Yeah,
put
the
that
defender
short
didn't get his hand on that, even though he tried to wrap around it. He missed.
12th play of this drive.
Looks like some kind of zone defense here.
With the throw, swings it out to his running back. Green takes him down.
Well, you know what? Any positive yards makes the last pass to get in the end zone here a little bit easier.
They need 5 yards for a touchdown. Here's a look at the third down success rate of each team.
Third down conversions are usually a good barometer of how well your offense is playing. It means that your offense is...
Okay, they just
making
audibled to a
plays when
nickel,
they
and
need.
they've got a defensive end playing nickelback.
Drops back. Gets the pass off.
Oh!
Big play coming up from the safety spot to knock it away.
Safeties are being
Am I close enough to pooch kick this?
He made a great
I don't know.
I hope so, because that's what I'm doing. I'm definitely not going to be kicking a zero accuracy kick here.
The kick is up. The kick is good. How good has this game been?
Man.
All I can say is, wow. Both
It felt like I was
teams
climbing out of a hole that entire drive.
A little further down within themselves.
Nice.
Well, at least you got some points out of it.
From the 5-yard line to the 20.
Well, I mean, to take your starting quarterback out on a critical drive like that, I mean, really, how bad is that? Right?
It's pretty rough, yeah. Without question.
They could have at least let me play with my starting quarterback to try and finish that drive.
Gets the call. Closing in.
Boom!
Great job getting in there to drag the quarterback down, and he picks up the sack.
And he'll make 2 or 3 plays like that.
Well, you got 3 sacks with him today, so it hasn't been a terrible game for him.
Stabler, the deep man. Dropping back with the throw.
Oh, he just barely got up there high enough to knock it down.
Yep.
And you see that
Wow.
kind of thing out of these guys'
Well,
lines.
sometimes it's a
They're
matter
very
of
good at
inches,
throwing their
right?
back.
Yeah.
Opposing offensive lines sure have their hands full when they get out in this field.
Abrams comes in motion. Drops back. Pressure coming. Gets rid of it.
Okay, well, I think they'll probably punt.
Ooh, that one hurt them, John. They find themselves now facing a 4th down.
We should see the punter here. No need to go for it in a tie game and give the other team a short field if you don't make it.
Offense couldn't get it done, and they'll line up to punt. Here's the kick. And he chooses not to return this one.
Yes, that was definitely a booming punt, too, right? Well,
I might have been able to get something out of a return on that, but I don't
no,
know.
it's not worth the risk. If something's going to go wrong, it's going to go wrong on something like that.
Passing on 1st down. Gets the pass off. He hits his receiver.
Go Shields.
So is the guy who's there to bring him down at the 43. About 2 to go.
Boy, they've just been playing the man-to-man coverage here all game long, too, eh?
Not that that is necessarily a bad thing.
With the pass. And he
Oh, I wish that they would stop dropping balls.
complete.
Like, just stop it. Just stop. Catch the ball when I throw it to you.
Drops back. Throwing.
Perfect.
And the catch is made.
And that'll lead up 2 minutes.
The play.
Yep.
The 47-yard line. It's 1st and 10.
Holy shit.
Gets the pass off. He finds his man.
Well, at least the fullbacks on this team can catch sometimes.
But doesn't get very far.
Yeah, well, for fullbacks, they've got reasonable pairs of hands. I mean, mind you, the caveat is for fullbacks, but we have wide receivers who catch less balls than they do, so...
To convert.
Yep, that we do.
Calling an audible. Dropping back with the throw. He hits his receiver. You could hear the collision up here.
He's feeling
They
it
just
right
called
now.
the timeout.
Either that or
Yep.
he's numb all over. And that's worse.
Ball on the 33-yard line. Sixth play of this drive. A little over a minute left. Looks like he's calling an audible. Dropping back to pass on first down. And it's caught. Dallas calls a timeout. They have one remaining. Just over a minute still to go. Gets rid of it, and this pass is completed. Dallas
All right.
calls
They
a
just called their
timeout.
last timeout.
None left.
Well, if you can pick up any points here now, then they probably won't have enough time to come back because they'll have to resort to trying to spike the ball.
Yep.
The visiting team come out in a nickel package.
I hope I have, okay, it's inside 2 minutes, so I can do this.
Drops back. Pressure with the pass.
Ooh, I got hit while I was throwing that.
With the tackle at the 18-yard line. Seven yards to go. Looking for a receiver.
Oh,
Yes.
he caught it. Yeah, now I'm going to let the clock run down to 3 seconds. I'm going to call a timeout,
That's what
and then I'm going to just bang this through.
And he got a depleter.
They aren't going to get the ball back. I'm not going to let that happen. 6, 5, 4, 3.
Gaffney wanted some time to sort things out.
Oh, I hate this too.
Well, don't worry about it.
Cook leads the field goal team into the game.
Just a
for the
little tap
attack.
to the right. And then you get your pooch on.
And it's on its way. The kick
Don't know
is
why they're
good.
playing for the fake.
We come to the end of this one. And
You don't need to,
score
to
17.
score here.
On behalf of
You just need the field
John
goal.
Madden and Joe
Yep.
Harrington, this is Al Michaels saying goodbye.
Well, you know what? I'm kind of surprised that we managed to win that one, but the way it was going.
Here's
Well,
today's horse trailer player
It's
of the day.
perseverance, right? Especially when
Yeah.
you have a game that's not quite in your control, as the first half of this game certainly wasn't for me. It's all about perseverance.
God, I threw 50 passes in this game.
Well, and also that missed field goal that they missed
Yeah.
made that game.
I don't feel too bad about that either, though, because I got screwed on the kick meter in the first half, right? Like, it could have easily been, they had 3 more points, but we could have had 3 more points.
That's true,
too,
yeah.
right?
Take 2 missed field goals in the game.
Because that was a very makeable field goal, and to have the kick meter, like act up like that. And I think that's actually a deliberate thing. They have the speed of it vary to make kicking harder, right?
Perhaps so, yeah.
But anyway, they sure did run on you a lot.
Yeah, but it didn't result in points,
Yeah.
right? Especially towards the end of the second half there.
Well, the thing is, though, if they didn't do that and they came out trying to pass instead, then this might have been a shootout instead, right?
Or a completely different type of game. Maybe I would have smothered them. I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, we had the advantage in time of possession by about 10 minutes.
In spite of their rushing.
In spite of their running game. And I still managed to pass for 286 yards. Wow. So, looks like I managed to go 35 of 50.
I can't
I
believe
guess.
that your rating is only...
Yeah, 38 of 55. Yeah. Yeah, well, I threw a touchdown pass.
yeah, I
right?
can't believe it's only 89.
Yeah. So Rotolo had one run for 28 yards.
God.
And he had the majority of the rushing yardage in this game with one play. Look at this. I gave the ball to this guy. It's not like I didn't try to run a little bit. It's just that I couldn't do anything.
Yeah, you couldn't get any yardage.
Yeah. And there is the star receiver there, Bennett, with 9 catches.
The thing is, he's a reliable pair of hands, and he really proved himself in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually wide receiver 3 there, he had a decent game today, too. Yeah, and Collins caught the 1 touchdown pass. But I still had 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 drop passes in this game too, right?
Yep.
Of course, that I threw 55 passes, but I might not have had to throw in so many passes if they hadn't had been dropping so many of them too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so defensively, Freeborg got his 3 sacks. And your strong safety racked up a few tackles there. You had 5 tackles for a loss. And 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pass knockdowns. And the 1 fumble recovery on the punt. That was a big play, actually.
Yep.
Right?
Well, we needed all the help we could get there.
That definitely paid off, like doing that punt.
Yeah, it's as if you went for it on 4th down there.
Yeah. So, anyway, I got 3 inside the 20 punts. And that was a big one right there. So Grant managed a 79 quarterback rating and completed 11 of 22.
He only got sacked 3 times, too.
Yeah.
I was having trouble with him all game.
And Stabler carried the ball 26 times for 163 yards. He averaged 6.2 yards per carry. But the longest run was only 21 yards. So
Yep.
There you go. And he only had 1 20-plus yard. And then when they did throw the ball, they threw it to this guy.
Yeah, well, he's there. I can't remember. I think he's got like 97 speed.
Yeah.
And so he's the guy who can just outrun the coverage.
But the longest pass you allowed was 18 yards. So in spite of the fact that you gave up a lot of rushing yardage, you didn't give up any really big plays. So.
Yeah. Well, and that's basically what I'm trying to do, right? Is I'm trying with my defensive schemes. I know that I tend to be a bit conservative at times, but I'm trying to just eliminate the big play from the game. Yeah. And even then, I still did give up 2 unnecessary touchdowns in this game.
Well, the thing is, though, they kept chipping away at you, right?
But 2 unnecessary touchdowns is probably better than 3 or 4.
Well, yeah. I mean, allowing 2 touchdowns is definitely better than allowing 3. Anyway, and you know what? For the little bit that I did run the ball, they still got 6 tackles for a loss, right?
Yep.
You know, like it's crazy. It's like 30% or more of the rushing attempts that I did make resulted in runs for a loss.
Yeah, about 30%.
And considering that I threw 55 passes, having 4 pass deflections is not bad. And I somehow managed to not throw an interception in this game, too.
You know, I know we tend to talk up the Tigers' run defense, but these guys really came out and played like they thought they were the Tigers or something.
Yeah. Well, I saw in the replay there, it looked like the Tigers destroyed the Badmen. So I guess our opponent in the Super Bowl is going to be the Tigers.
And they're a tough one.
Yeah. Well, you know what? This was a tough one. A squeaker. Who's the player of the game?
Quarterback
check. Yep. Well, he did throw 50. He did make 50 pass attempts and completed 35 of 50. Wow. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm still feeling a little disgruntled about how this game went, but I guess I'm happy we came out of it with a win.
All right.
If you win ugly, I guess it's better than losing.
Well, you persevere in these situations, right? And sometimes you never know how you might pull through.
Yeah. But anyway, I guess that's it. Now, the next time we come back, we'll be in the Super Bowl against the Tigers.
Indeed.
So until then,
I'm RecV5.
and I am Sandman99.
Have a good one.